Good morning, magicals. Oh, my hair's in my eyes. Welcome to your Sunday reading. It's Sunday. Yay! So exciting. Again, I've got lots of work to do. I don't know why I'm so excited. Thank God I love what I do. Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful weekend, guys. Thanks for joining us in our space again. So good to have you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We would love to have you subscribe and join us. Okay, guys. So I've got I'm using the Good Tarot today because it's one of my favorite sets of cards. I love the set of cards with every fiber of my being. They do, just so that for those of you who don't know, they do tend to, I know they're glossy, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. There's really nothing I can do about it. I really wish they would make matte ones because everybody's using cards now online, and yeah, anyway, long story sideways. She tries to make them a very positive vibe. Okay, so you'll see now with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Fire, it comes out as a very, very, very positive vibe. The reason I'm telling you that is because the energy that the cards are carrying in this reading today are slightly opposed to how she's presenting them in her artwork. Okay, so they are more kind of true to the original meaning of the tarot. So just bear with me here. I'm going to talk you through that. Okay, right, guys, Five of Water is Five of Cups. Okay, this is very much about loss and disappointment and grief. All right, not a happy cup, a happy cup, happy card. But the reason I want to say this is, for the first time ever, I've never had this feeling off of this card, but there's a very strong feeling of resistance to this card. Okay, so I'm not sure what the other outcomes of the cards are. I haven't looked at the oracle cards. But what I do want to say to you is I really feel like somebody is resisting these changes. Okay, there may be a few of you. This is not going to be for everybody, but it does feel like somebody is resisting the changes we're being put through. Now, I want to say to you guys, you are not alone in these changes. All right. I have had one of the biggest, and it was a gentle epiphany. It didn't come to me in like some massive blinding flash of light. Remember, we spoke about the tower this week and all of that. Sometimes it simply is just an epiphany. All right. I had one of my biggest epiphanies about one of my biggest things in my life yesterday, and it just came to me as a random thought. It just popped into my head, and I was like, oh my God, this makes complete and utter sense. Now I understand. All right. So why I'm trying to say this to you is because the more you resist the stuff, the harder it gets to deal with. Okay, so this is very much about having gone through loss and disillusionment, and I feel like it's a general feeling in life. All right, like maybe your life isn't where you want it to be. It's, you kind of feel like, oh, I should be more further along. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough friends. I don't have the career I want. Whatever it is, there's a strong resistance behind this card to the change you need to make. All right. So I know that sounds a bit weird, but I've got to give you the messages as I read them. I can't not. Okay. So straight after this card, we have the Nine of Fire. Okay. Now, the Nine of Wands, which is the Nine of Fire, is traditionally the wounded warrior. Okay, so this is the card. You can see it doesn't quite look like this. In the right away tarot, there's a guy standing he's holding one. There's 8 behind him, got a bandage on his head, like he's the proper wounded warrior. He's been through the trenches, right? And what Kelsey's saying to me very clearly here is that not to get caught up in that, okay? Not to get caught up in a state of victimhood or in my life isn't where it needs to be. Instead, start focusing on how you can shift that. That is what's really, really important at the moment, is actually shifting it to where you want it to be. All right. So what I'm hearing very clearly here is, yes, there's been stuff that's gone down. We've all done it. We've all had it. Yes, the last 2 years have been particularly difficult, and it's really brought to the surface everything we have needed to heal, even more so than normal. Okay. But in light of that, don't give up. This is not a time for you to go, oh, okay, well, this is just it. This is it for me because there's no hope, and I've got, this is not what this is about. These stars over here are saying that there is guidance, but you're not listening to it, or when you're hearing it, you are resisting it. Okay, guys, there is a massive energy of resistance in this reading. I'm not going to put that into the title because nobody will watch. So I'll blindside you when you get into the video. Ta-da! Okay, but really just focus on the messages that are coming through. Okay, the things that are there to assist you. Spirit won't tell you stuff because it's got nothing to do with better things to do with this time. Okay, it's going to come through with what you need when you need it. So walk away from this. I know you've been disillusioned. I know that this shit's gone down, but it's not the end of the world. It's changeable is what I'm hearing. Okay. And then you get the King of Fire. Now, this card came up in my What's Happening Wednesdays on my Facebook page this week. This is about stepping into a spiritual role more than anything with this particular card. It's about being the spiritual leader. It's like shining and leading by example. All right. Very, very, very strong energy around this card, the leading by example. But now, if you're going to play Wounded Warrior and you're going to hold on to, I didn't work, this didn't happen, how on earth, sorry, the lights are shining on you. How on earth are you going to become this? Because this is what you're avoiding. You know, very often people say that, you know, to succeed, you've got to do this and you've got to get out of your comfort zones and da-da-da. One of the biggest fears that we have to conquer when we want to succeed is the fear of success, because we are terrified about what it's going to demand of us. Who do we have to be? What are we going to be perceived to be? What expectations are there going to be on us? All right. So whatever it is, just let it go. Step into this role. You've been called to do it. And now is the time. I've said this a million times. All right. The world needs it more now than ever. And it doesn't matter what your role is. It doesn't matter. Sorry, my hair's all over the place this morning. It's like catching me in my mouth and my eyes. It doesn't matter what. It really doesn't matter what your role in it is or how it presents. Okay. At the end of the day, it's needed. So please step into it. Okay, so first one, rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present. I'm just going to leave this gently in the corner for a minute. Just say, it's reiterating the same thing. Let it go. All right. There's a waterfall coming down here with stream. Thank you, Kelso. And he's saying, go with the flow. Stop resisting. Okay, because at some point, check out where the waterfall's coming down here. It's hitting these rocks, but it's starting to go over the rocks. At some point, that waterfall is going to come down and it's going to just push through. So whatever resistance you have is going to be futile, but it's going to be a lot more tricky to navigate when you've got an uncontrollable force, as opposed to dealing with it just by getting little messages here going, oh, well, you know, okay, I can manage this in small chunks. Okay, so rather than have the entire waterfall, deal with the streams that they're giving you. And we've had this card again this week. Follow your bliss, navigating by the stars. Okay. A lot of this is going to heal when you start doing what you want for you. Okay. I'm sorry, these glossy cards, they drive me insane. I love them dearly, but they drive me insane. A lot of this happens when this is healed, because then you know yourself, and I've said this a million times, you cannot follow a bliss you don't know. You don't know exists. Okay, so find your bliss. Start following it. I mean, I just love this card. I mean, how cool is he? First of all, he looks so mystical with that little crooked. Oh, I love it. I love it. The little crooked staff, and then all the sky. And oh, I love it. Okay, step onto your path. It's time. Okay, I keep on saying this, and I just feel like somebody out there is not listening. I'm just putting it out there gently in the corner. Okay, so what's the outcome? Answers. We've had this a couple of times as well. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, just hold on. This is just not working. Can you see that? There we go. Answers. Okay. Right. So, everything you need to know, all these messages, this light shining in from spirits will come to you. Okay. But you need to listen. You need to actually be prepared to hear them. It's one thing to listen to something, but to hear it is a different story. So very often someone will say something to you and you'll listen to what they're saying, but you won't actually hear the meaning behind it because you don't want to listen to that. It's not what you want to hear. Okay. But this is a time to really step up. Okay. Well, this title's going to be a tricky one. I need to coax you all in and then nab you when you get into the reading. Okay. Psychic abilities. Again. Oh dear, I dropped a card. We lost the answers. They came and went. Okay. King of Fire. spiritual leader. Now, guys, understand that I understand the thought of speaking to the dead and having ghosts in your house and stuff like that is terrifying for some. It is not everybody's path. And the psychic ability is not necessarily about you sitting in front of a crystal ball saying to somebody, well, you've got a cruise coming up in 10 years' time. That's not what it's about. This is about also your own intuition. When you know yourself and you're listening to your own intuition, right, you get to listen to what your bliss is, how to get there, what to do, how to navigate stuff. It's your internal GPS. I've said this a million times, all right? So this isn't just about your psychic abilities as such, but it does come into play if you're doing Reiki, if you're doing kinesiology. It doesn't matter what healing modality you try and choose out on. Your abilities come into play. Your senses are heightened. Okay, and you end up being able to perceive and receive information far more accurately and far more quickly than you would if you didn't open this up. So don't just think that this is about doing what I do. That's not it. It's not necessarily everybody's thing, but it's about really being able to connect in with yourself and hear what you need to hear. Okay. Oh, and then look at this beautifully. Transformation. Okay, this is about going from, oh, thank God I don't need that card because I would have had to get up and fetch it. That's from going from being the wounded warrior into the king. Transformation. Okay, guys, this is worth it. This is worth it. And that silly little epiphany that I had last year, well, I say last night, it wasn't, it was actually yesterday afternoon, has changed the game for me. It's literally changed my life. That one little thought process, because I lost resistance to it. On the night of the new moon, I set my intention to find out what the core of this is. I don't understand this feeling, and I want to let go of everything that no longer serves me. And the feeling came up yesterday, and I sat with it for a while. I was like, oh, I'm feeling like this again. And I thought, I need to work out what it is. Let it go. And I was sitting doing some work, and it came to me. It literally just came to me as in, this is the connection between this, and that's why you feel like this. So when you know that stuff, when you have the answers, you can start moving forward. Okay, listen, guys, it's a big one. Please let go of the resistance. You are worth it. I think that's what everyone fails to understand, is you are worth the work. You're worth the effort. It's time. You are worth it. So I'm wishing you the most beautiful day today. I hope you have an incredible day. I hope that this resonates with somebody. Just if you feel like it's uncomfortable for you to listen to this reading and you're feeling a bit meh, it's for you. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. So please take heed of it, listen to it, and I will connect with you tomorrow morning for your chakra. Let's try and get that right this week. And also, not fire signs. I keep on wanting to repeat the fire signs. What's up with that? Earth signs, you're up this afternoon. So I'll see you there. Biggest loves, and I'll catch up with you soon. Have a fabulous, fabulous Sunday. Mwah.